Robinson Crusoe. Plot. The main character in Defoe's novel is Robinson Crusoe, Anglicized Crusoe, born in York in 1632, of a German father and an English mother. At the age of 19, he decides to leave his home, his family, and the prospect of a comfortable life as a member of the trading middle class in order to travel around the world and make his fortune. His first voyage leads him to Guinea and then back to England. During his second voyage, he is captured by Moorish pirates but manages to escape. He is finally rescued by a Portuguese ship and brought to Brazil. There he becomes the owner of a plantation and, needing more labor, sets out on a voyage to Africa to get more slaves. During this journey, he is shipwrecked on a desert island, where he will remain for 28 years. The rest of the novel tells how he gradually rebuilds the same kind of society as exists in his country. He writes a diary where he records his experiences and debates contemporary ideas, addressing himself, the reader, and even God. After 12 years of solitude, he finds a human footprint on the shore. As time goes by, he also finds some human bones and flesh left by cannibals. Once Robinson decides to attack them, they escape and leave one of their captives, whom he calls Friday, after the day of his rescue. When other cannibals land on the island, Robinson and Friday attack them and free two of their prisoners, one of whom turns out to be Friday's father. The novel ends with Robinson's return to England and his discovery that his plantation in Brazil has prospered and made him very rich. Robinson's Island. The setting of most of the story, the island, is the ideal place for Robinson to prove his qualities, to demonstrate that he deserved to be saved by God's providence. Robinson organizes a primitive empire on the island, thus becoming the prototype of the English colonizer. His stay on the island is not seen as a return to nature, but as a chance to exploit and dominate nature. Characters. The hero, Robinson, belongs to the middle class. He is restless and wants to find his own identity as an alternative to the model provided by his father. Actually, the story begins with an act of transgression, of disobedience, which places the character in a situation of separation that will culminate with his isolation on the island after the shipwreck. Robinson's life on the island develops the issue of the relationship between the individual and society, between the private and the public spheres. The society Robinson creates on the island is not an alternative to the English one. On the contrary, it can be read as an exaltation of 18th century England and its ideals of mobility, material productiveness, and individualism. Defoe shows that though God is the prime cause of everything, the individual can shape his destiny through action. Man can overcome doubt and modify reality through his work and the interpretation of his achievements in the light of the Bible and God's will. Robinson has a pragmatic and individualistic outlook. His objective and rational approach to reality is demonstrated by his journal keeping. His progress reinvents the learning processes of baking, shipbuilding, carpentry, and farming. Friday is the first native character to be portrayed in the English novel. He is attractive and lively. The moment Robinson rescues him, he teaches him the word master, Western culture, and to read the Bible. So, Friday becomes the symbol of the colonized. Style. The novel shows an objective approach to the events through clear and precise details. Defoe concentrates his description on the primary qualities of objects, especially their solidity, extension, and number, rather than on the secondary ones, color, texture, flavor. The language is simple, matter of fact, and concrete, to reinforce the impression of reality conveyed by the first-person narration.